Okay, we are here today to rank the Batman live action movies. I love all these. Can't wait to dive into them. We're going to consolidate our thoughts into one list. That will be the definitive list, and anyone can go off this list and enjoy these Batman movies until the end of time. They all star, for the most part, a different Batman, a different suit, a different car, a different girl, a different Gotham City, a different director, and that's why we love them. They're so different, but they're all Batman, uniquely Batman in their own way. So let's dive into this here. I have Bubba with me.
Hello. That was a very roundabout way of saying that they're different movies.
They're all great in their own way, but we have to separate the best from the worst today. There is a hierarchy to them.
How well do you know these movies? Are you familiar with all of them?
I've seen every single one of these movies. I've seen the only one I haven't seen multiple times is like Batman Forever.
Okay.
With Jim Carrey.
I've seen all of
I've seen that movie once and I remember it very well. And I didn't see it too long ago. I saw it maybe like 3 years ago.
I've seen all of these definitely more than once.
Okay.
I'm pretty well versed in these movies, so I'm excited to talk about this.
Okay, yeah. Bubba's a huge Batman fan.
Huge Batman.
That's why I had to call him up for this.
I had to get the call.
It could only have been him. I know that he really pours himself into these movies. He loves Batman. You know, he loves the games, the comics, the porn, everything about it.
Yeah.
He really gets into it.
All of it. I mean, to truly appreciate the nature of something, you have to look at every angle, you know.
Right.
You have to look at everything.
Right. So in the interest of you being the guest, do you want to go greatest to least or least to greatest?
So because I got my list together already.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just say what I ranked as my least favorite?
Do you want to? Yeah, that's what I mean. Do you want to start with the top or the bottom? I feel like it is more of a mountain if you do least to greatest. It's more of a journey. You know, you can pack the water and really sit down and anticipate something. Isn't that what we're all here for?
Well, yeah, I can start with my least favorite then.
Okay, so what's yours? What's your least favorite live action Batman? It should. You know what? I'm gonna let's go through them for everyone for full transparency in case some of you viewers don't know. Batman, of course, is a superhero. He has starred. He has been the feature player in now 9 live action films. Okay, with his name in it. That's what we went off of, you know. So we have Batman.
No Justice League or anything. Yeah.
No. Batman 1966, right?
Yeah, 66.
With the great Adam West. We have Batman 1989.
Yeah.
With the great Michael Keaton. And then Keaton's reprise in the role for Batman Returns. We have Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, and then the Christopher Nolan trilogy, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight.
Well, you didn't say who played Batman and Forever and Batman and Robin.
That was it should go without saying Christian Bale, of course.
No. I'm talking about Batman Forever and Batman.
Oh,
Robin,
yes,
Val Kilmer and George Clooney. Yeah.
Clooney and Val Kilmer, yes, of course. Thanks for reminding people of that. I guess that really does matter. That really separates the bats, you know.
Yeah.
The bat.
And then the last one, Batman v Superman.
Batman v Superman is the most recent Batman. It is a Batman movie. They have an origin in it. They have Batman's name is the first thing you pronounce when you say the movie. So that is the most recent Bat motion picture.
Of course, movie. with Ben Affleck playing Batman.
And as we look on to the future, we have the Snyder Cut coming out. That's not really a Batman movie, but he is obviously in the movie, and we're looking forward to that.
Well, I'm looking more forward to this Robert Pattinson movie coming out.
Yes, that's true. But we don't know when that's going to come out. But he looks.
And we don't know anything about it either.
Yeah, he looks like a crazy pick for the role. But he looks like that first teaser trailer, you know, made me spit my icy out of my mouth. And
it looks good, but that's not what we're talking about.
That's not what we're talking about. That's not out yet. Maybe we'll revise our list when the time comes. But for now, I think in the next coming week, the Snyder Cut drops onto HBO Max.
As of recording this, it's I think it's within the week.
Within the week. So the Schneider cut, don't miss that. It's SCHNINEIDER, Schneider cut.
I'm not even going to correct you on that. Let's just keep rolling.
All right, so let's get into it. What is your Bubba? Let me ask you. Let me ask you one question. What is your least favorite bat?
So listen,
talkie.
This pains me to put it as my least favorite.
Okay.
Because
I didn't think it would pain you.
It pains me. Because I am a huge.
This is easy for me.
I'm a huge.
Oh wow, Batman!
But I had to put Batman Forever in the number 9 spot. There's really nothing redeeming about this movie. Val Kilmer is my least favorite Batman.
Isn't the role of the Riddler redeeming enough for you?
Jim Carrey couldn't save it. Not even Jim Carrey could save this movie.
Wow.
I've seen this movie multiple times, and I've had bad times watching it every single time. There's just nothing redeeming about it. And I had to put it at number 9. I love Jim Carrey to death. I love every other role he's been in, but
it's a fun movie though.
No, it's not fun. It's not fun to watch.
I think it's a popcorn flick.
No.
It is with extra butter.
Okay, so do you want to tell me your lowest ranking movie, or do you
my lowest? That's a great. I'm happy you asked that. My lowest ranking Bat motion picture.
I think I know what it is.
Batman and Robin.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm shocked.
The reasons that you. What did you think it was going to be?
I thought for sure it was going to be Batman v Superman. You hate that movie.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself here.
Okay.
So we're in the same. Shocked. We're in the same time zone. We're checking each other's temperature on the era of the worst Batman movie. These were sequentially Val Kilmer right to George Clooney, or the other way around. No, right.
No, yeah, you're right.
And I think for the reasons that you said, Batman and Robin is unwatchable.
No, see, I disagree. I think
once you get past that opening scene with Mr. Freeze is hilarious and fantastic. It's campy as hell. It's funny. The movie takes a steep cliff off with a paraglider into a forest.
See, that's where I think you're wrong. I think that campiness persists throughout the entire movie, and it's not a good movie, but it's a fun time throughout that you can sit down with friends and make fun of the whole time. Yeah,
you're smoking crack.
Well, I feel like that's what Batman Forever was missing, even though it was still campy, but Batman and Robin.
Batman Forever
is so stupid that its stupidness is can be seen as like a positive almost.
Okay, think about what else happens in that movie, Batman and Robin. Bane is
and Poison Ivy
gutted as a character. Poison Ivy has nothing to do. Okay, the stuff is just happening. Batgirl is introduced. Why?
Yeah, but
it's the girl from the Aerosmith music videos. That didn't need to happen. Here's the thing, dude. That movie talk to me about the act 2 of that movie. What happens in the bulk of that movie? Nothing.
Well, all I'm saying is that there's a lot of iconic, I guess you would say, memes surrounding this movie that are way more than I'd say Batman Forever. Like the Bat credit card, the Bat nipples are in Batman and Robin.
Yeah, the Bat nipples. Okay.
Batman and Robin, I feel like, has more to offer in terms of fun camp than Batman Forever.
But what about the Riddler mind controlling the Two-Face, Harvey Dent? Like that.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Jim Carrey loses his job. He becomes the Riddler. He's running around. Remember?
Well, you can see the same thing about Poison Ivy and in Batman and Robin.
But the roles, like at least they embodied the villains better. Harvey Lee Jones.
You don't think Schwarzenegger did a good job?
Or Tommy Lee Jones? My God,
yeah, Tommy Lee Jones.
I was mixing Harvey Dent with Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey came in here and they actually did their homework a little bit because they were silly, but it was like, here we are.
You think that was
they were going. Let's actually beat our characters. Mr. Freeze in that movie. What were they pulling from for that role? They had Arnold Schwarzenegger be Arnold Schwarzenegger making ice puns. They weren't even. Are you honestly
going to tell me that is a good portrayal of Two-Face?
No, it's not the best we've ever seen, dude. We're talking about okay. This could be our worst and second worst. Could be.
No,
Not
not for
on
me.
my list. Not on my list, but it could be on our list that we're
On
making.
our combined list. On our combined, yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the worst of the worst here. Okay, and it's a matter of what is worse.
I think that Batman and Robin just has more funny camp to offer than Batman Forever. So that's why I placed it higher on the list.
I can't even think of like what is happening in that movie. He wants to
Tell me what happened in Batman Forever. Like, what do you
it's
want me to
very
say?
clear. Like they want to mind control the whole world and take their money. That's it.
Okay, Mr. Freeze wants to. What do you want to do? You want to freeze?
He
the
wanted
whole
to.
world?
They did the whole Nora rescue his wife thing, but it's like he has to freeze the entire world to do it or whatever. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no
you have
idea.
the big ice gun. You have the big ice gun.
Yeah, you had the big ice gun. What was that? What was that? There were so many. I really hope that Pattinson. This is off topic, but I hope that we know that Riddler is going to be in the new Pattinson movie.
Yeah.
Take that, run with a new series. Let's have Mr. Freeze done right on the big screen. Right. That's what I would love to see, like a dark, demonic, like how he is in the comic books. If you read a Mr. Freeze, if you read a Mr. Freeze issue, you know he's like but Riddler in the comics is sometimes goofy as fuck. So is Two-Face. In some incarnations, Two-Face is like weird as hell, like this. Like I don't prefer him that way, and I prefer Riddler to be more neurotic. But and even Poison Ivy, what was that? What was that? What was the point of that? They didn't even like
Poison Ivy. She was seducing him.
Yeah, but they didn't even like team. At least Mr. Two-Face and Riddler, you know, they joined together.
Well, I don't think you're remembering that Poison Ivy and Bane was the dynamic.
Yeah, but what was that?
Movie.
Bane was like a muscle man. He was like a luchador that she.
Yeah, he was like a mindless. He was mindless.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Meet me halfway on this. This Batman and Robin is an embarrassment. That's unwatchable.
So are we trying to place it right now in our combined list?
We have to figure out what's the worst. It's either Batman Forever or Batman and Robin. Come on.
I got it. I got to stick to my guns here and say that I'm not caving on Batman Forever being the worst one.
All right, fine. Batman Forever, worst Batman movie. You heard it here first. Extra. All right. So what was your second?
Hold on, because my second least favorite, my number 8 spot, is not Batman and Robin.
Exactly. Same here.
It's Batman v Superman. Is my number 8 spot.
That's mine too. So there we go. Okay. Lock it in.
Well, no, we have an issue here now. Because where are we going to put Batman and Robin?
I would say that comes next. Batman and Robin has to be. I guess I don't know how it slipped into it, but you know what? Let's talk about this absolute poop on a stick that is Batman vs Superman. The only reason I ranked it higher in my list than Batman and Robin is because it I don't even know. Like it has like an idea to it. There was a point at some point they had good intentions. Right. And it turned into like this terrible nightmare. Like I feel like they went in with the right attitude and it looks okay. It doesn't even look that good. Oh my God, that movie. And Lex Luthor. Oh my God. Oh,
I ranked it.
The more I think about the movie, the more I hate it.
It would be the number 9 spot. It would be the number 9 spot for me above Batman Forever.
How is Metropolis and Gotham City even so close? I think that's like comic book accurate, but like everything about that movie.
The only reason I put it in the number 8 spot is the fight scene at the end was at least like if I shut my brain off and just watched them fight.
Story of that movie, dude.
Done decently well, and I think that's just because action has gotten like cleaner over the years, you know. So just from the fact of that fight, that's the only reason I have it above Batman Forever in my head. I don't know how you're ranking Batman Forever higher than Batman v Superman.
I had it. Here's the reveal of this. I had it Batman and Robin, Batman vs Superman, Batman Forever. That was the bottom 3.
So we had the same bottom except we flipped Batman and Robin and Batman.
So there we go. So it's decided then. So it goes. The new list is Batman Forever.
Yes, being the lowest. I got convinced.
Batman vs Superman, and now we're here up to Batman and Robin is the third worst. And you know what? Like, you know what I'm saying. Batman vs Superman was going to be the worst of the second worst always.
No, it's awful. It's awful.
Like I guess
It's
like the reason it's not the worst is because, yeah, if you turn your brain off, here's a hunky guy in a good-looking suit, and here's another hunky guy in a good-looking suit. Like they look the part. I guess that's enough for it to not be the worst ever made. Like if you had to throw one into the pits of hell and you know suffer through one, I guess you'd have to pick Batman vs Superman over Batman.
I accidentally left the call for a second there. I didn't catch that last bit.
I said like at least if you had to throw one into the fiery pits of hell or keep and suffer through another one, you'd pick Batman vs Superman and not Batman Forever.
I would watch Batman v Superman over Batman Forever.
Right. Okay. And that's really what it comes down.
But really, I would hate myself through it. Like I wouldn't.
Yeah, of course.
Watching Batman v Superman.
Yeah. Okay. So after that, what did you have
for the number 6 spot?
For the number 6 spot,
I have Dark Knight Rises in the number 6 spot for me. What did you have?
For the number 6 spot. See, this is gonna aggravate you.
Okay. Oh God. All right.
This is gonna aggravate you.
What do you got?
What do you think it is?
What do I think it is?
Yeah.
In your numbers, well, it's not Dark Knight Rises because you would have just said you would have.
No, but we're around there.
Is it Batman Begins?
No.
Well, what? Okay, yeah, because I was about to say you can't have that.
No, it's Batman.
Rises.
Batman 1989.
Really?
Michael Keaton.
No, I am upset about that. This.
I think that.
Can I say where I ranked that one?
And you know why? Well, no, not yet. No.
Okay.
We're talking about this now. So this is for the number 6 spot. I think that this was a fantastic movie. Let me say that first and foremost. But
we're talking about Batman. We're talking about Batman 1990 and 1989. Right?
Batman 1989.
Yeah.
But as time has gone on, and we have choices now as people, right? We have the freedom to choose. I want to see Batman in my living room. We have the freedom to choose what we want to see. You know, for those of us who are blessed enough, you know, to have all this technology, right? To see. So you're thinking about that original Batman movie. You're thinking about Keaton. You're thinking about Tim Burton. You're thinking about the Joker. And I think that if I'm thinking that setting, that mood, I'm picking The Dark Knight. And as I follow that train of thought, as I follow that train of thought, I don't think this one has enough uniqueness to offer that the ones that follow this list do that make me click it to watch. You know what I mean? Like to make me want to.
I think a rewatch of this movie would do you a lot of good because
I've seen this movie at least 3 times.
That seems like not enough for you because I'm appalled at what I'm hearing here. Are you gonna deny that Jack Nicholson did not give a great performance as the Joker?
He did.
Like obviously you have, you know, the Heath Ledger performance that kind of overshadowed it all. But credit where credit's due.
I've given it to he's number 6. I honestly enjoy Daniel Caesar, right?
Caesar Romero.
Caesar Romero. I honestly enjoy Caesar Romero more than at this point. I think when this movie came out, it blew minds. It totally they had a mop up afterward in the theater. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're not looking at it for every angle. Michael Keaton played a great Batman.
He did.
I already talked about the Joker. Prince on the soundtrack killed it.
Listen, we're not done with Keaton yet. Who said we were done with the Keatster?
I'm also shocked because this has to mean that you put Returns higher than Batman.
Oh, absolutely. Without a thought, with only a whim. That immediately that has so much. What I'm talking about, like uniqueness to it, like flavor. That movie could never be, insipid. Without a thought, Batman Returns over Batman for me, and I'm willing to change this ranking for me. But this is, I was thinking about what do they bring to the table, right? Somebody's bringing the wine, somebody's bringing the cheese, somebody's bringing this crazy ass story with the Penguin and the way that he does it and everything. somebody's bringing this campy ass, goofy, totally funny, shark repellent. You know, you got all this, like the craziest, weirdest movie you could possibly imagine. That's so entertaining, right? And then we get into the Dark Knight trilogy, and that's we'll get to that. So then I'm thinking, where do I put Batman 1989? Right here, okay? That's it's I hate to put it here, I really do, because we're talking about really entertaining Hollywood stuff going on, okay? At this point, from here on out, they're all fairly they're worth your money, right? In the clearance.
I was about to say here at number 6, where I just to refresh everyone's memory, I put Dark Knight Rises here.
This is where explain that, because that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I just want to say that this is where I like 1 through 6. I enjoy all of these movies. These are all good movies. But I just put Dark Knight Rises as the lowest movie that I personally enjoy, because I feel like, you know, there's just too many spots in this movie where it misses for me. And I
Name one.
Really the middle part of the movie, when after Batman gets his spoilers for the movie, obviously, but after Batman gets his
full spoilers here,
his back broken by
yes,
and then he's down in the hole. Snooze. Oh
my God! What are you talking about?
I start snoozing.
He has to rise.
Yeah, but it just didn't
up the hole.
Yeah, I get that.
He had to do what only a little girl could do.
Yeah, I get it. I get what happened. But
are you kidding me? And then he walks out of the hole and he gets into a bus and goes to Gotham. He's like in Beirut or something. And he goes to
in like 5 minutes he just gets back to Gotham. And he's Bruce Wayne again.
That's awesome. But, and meanwhile, he's taking over Gotham City. He's making people walk out on ice. How terrifying, right?
It's
scary.
It's thrilling. It's a thrill.
It's scary.
For sure.
He's being also evil, and he's ruining the NFL. He's doing all these things.
Yeah, that was nefarious.
That was all in Act 2. That was all in that middle chunk that you were saying is a snooze fest. What are you talking about?
But looking at 1 through 5, I mean, don't get me wrong. Dark Knight Rises is a good movie. I'm not saying it's not
the climactic conclusion to Nolan's way with the Bat.
Okay, well, I think we could both agree that it's the worst one in the trilogy.
It's the worst one in the trilogy. Of course it is.
Okay, and then
what kind of question was that?
The rest of the movies left remaining, I enjoy more than Dark Knight Rises, and I feel like it's because there are some moments that are.
Oh my God! All right.
So number 6 is where I'm placing. Well,
number 6.
Listen, I'm just as appalled by your number 6 play. Okay.
Where did you put Batman 1989?
I put it in this is jumping ahead a little bit here. I put it in the number 2 spot. Numero dos.
Are you kidding me?
Numero dos.
Get out of here with that.
Number 2, baby. It's classic. What more do you want me to say about it?
It is classic. It is classic. I am not gonna budge on putting it at number 2 at all. I'm letting you know. But because of that reason, because I'm not gonna let it budge, and so you know that I'm letting you have this, okay? So that I can have it later. All right.
What are you letting me have?
I'm not letting you have that as number 2. Okay.
Okay. No, I knew that you weren't gonna I knew that was gonna be not your list. I knew you weren't gonna have number 2.
So all right. So you're gonna mellow your marsh, and we're gonna have number 6, Dark Knight Rises. Okay, that's official.
I thought for sure. I put it in the number 2 spot, thinking for sure you would be at least close to me with this Batman 1989.
Again, I'm going off of like what they brought to the table. They're all
everything
Batman
to the
movies.
Table in Batman 89.
But you have to admit that was a very by the book Batman movie, and like at the time we had never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, it was like the first by the book Batman.
It
movie.
was, but none of the other ones are really by the book besides Batman Begins maybe. But Batman Begins is so good.
But Batman 1989 wrote the book, so how are you gonna hate on that?
All right, well I gave you a bone.
Okay, so number 6,
now chew it.
You're deciding with me is Dark Knight Rises.
So we have Batman Forever, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Oh, I forgot that was even the subtitle
Batman
of that movie.
and Robin,
Yes.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Is it The Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight Rises? I'm not sure.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
I checked my schematics. The
We're
Dark
experts
Knight
here.
Rises,
We're
and
experts.
now the number 5 spot. Okay.
Yes.
Now I would want to put Batman here. Okay. 1989. But in my original list, okay, in my original list, it was Batman 1966.
Yeah, Batman the movie. Yeah.
Batman the movie, starring Adam West.
Yes.
And the Boy Wonder.
So this is your number 5 spot, Batman the movie?
That was my number 5 spot.
Okay, I think it's all Batman the movie. I think it's classic. It's that just right amount of campy. A lot of memorable moments from here. I think this was the movie with the bomb. No,
it was the movie with the bomb, the famous bomb scene, which we love.
The famous bomb. We love it. We love it. We love everything.
I die every time. This is a comedy. It's a comedy. It's a, you know, it's like a comedy of embarrassment. You know what I mean? It's great. It's cringe comedy.
So
it's
I
classic.
Think number 5 is a fair spot for it because obviously it's not the most in-depth Batman movie. And
no, but
action,
it's like if you read a comic book at that time, you know what I mean? In the golden age of comic books, right? In that era, you know, that's kind of how they felt. You know, they were silly. This is before they added all the nuance, the modern day, you know, the Silver Age, the Bronze Age. This is how they felt. I feel like the colors, the costumes,
it popped.
The silliness of it all, like a guy running around in a chicken suit, you know. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is what.
So we can agree that on the number 5 pick here.
Number 5, Batman 1966, starring Adam West.
Batman.
Okay.
The movie. Yep.
So now number 4 for me is where I put The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay. I have Batman Begins here on the spot.
So now I'm going to try to convince you here, because now we have to start talking about number 1. Okay, this is when we start sculpting the top 3. These are dynamite.
I feel like number 1 is...
Number 1 is very easy to identify. You already knew when you clicked on the video. Like,
yeah.
This is not even... It's obviously Batman Returns. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It's Dark Knight Rise. Dark Knight.
That would be something.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight is number 1. Okay, it's a flawless execution. There's not a really, you know, the more you watch it, the more you realize like it's not a perfect movie, but it is a perfect Batman movie, right? It's got all the trappings that you want out of like that era of Batman. It's a great villain, one of the best villains of all time to grace the screen, the big screen, and It's Bale in his element. Bale at his most ripped, at his most focused.
He was jacked.
Michael Caine.
I was just about to say Michael Caine on point.
Nothing but stuff you could crochet on a pillow. What he says.
Every line in that movie.
Every line.
Standalone quote.
Oh, I've seen so many video analyses of this movie. I've seen so many script analysis, you know, you could go down the line, even the videography, even the blocking of it all. It's all working so well, and it all serves this like really, really grounded conflict, the battle for Gotham's soul. And each of our 2 players, Joker and Batman, has their own perspective on it, and how Joker changes Batman, how Batman changes Joker. And then what it really does well is it makes it all about, you know, the soul of Gotham embodied by Harvey Dent. I thought that was genius how they like kind of struck the middle chord there. Down the middle, making this two-faced man. I love how that all came together. I can't talk enough about this movie. Number 1, right?
Yeah. I think well said. I don't have much else to say that hasn't been said before. I mean, this movie is critically acclaimed for a reason.
Right. So now working our way back to number 4. Number 2 for me, now this is not going to be, you know, I don't expect you to be kissing my toenails for this, but Batman Returns was my number 2. And this is kind of a subjective thing for me.
That makes sense given what you were saying about it earlier.
Yes. Batman
It's my no-
Returns was my number 2.
It's my number 3 spot.
It's your number 3.
Mhm.
And Batman was your number 2.
Yes, and then Batman Begins being my 4th. So that's my complete list.
So now let's talk about Batman Begins, because this one seems like the one that's going to be up in the air.
Where did you put that? You just at your number 3 spot?
That was my number 3. So it went Dark Knight Rises, Batman Begins, Batman Returns, Dark Knight.
So Batman Begins is your number.
It was my number 3.
No, I think you said that wrong. Okay, whatever.
Dark Knight Rises was number 4 for me. Batman
Okay.
Begins, Batman Returns.
No. Okay, yeah. You
Yeah.
were right. I'm sorry.
I'm always right, especially when
always
it comes
right.
to making these lists. Okay, so
Well-
now Batman Begins. I think over time this movie has garnered more respect from people. I feel like if you ask somebody like even 5 years ago, they wouldn't talk in too high regard of this movie. But as time has gone on, I see a lot of buzz around this movie, like a lot of love I see on the internet, and I see like when people talk about it, like, and it is like the best way to introduce Batman. I think like outside of obviously his comic book counterpart, which is the OG, which is like, you know, you can find any issue, like you can pick and choose your fucking origin for that guy. But for Christian Bale, the way they went about it, like it all makes sense. He goes off to Asia. He's this playboy. He toils with Ra's al Ghul. I love that. I love how they actually have like the League of Shadows, like actually, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then what does Ra's al Ghul teach him? You know, he teaches him how to control fear. So he comes back to Gotham, and they picked a great villain from my favorite Batman villain. You know, and I was trying not to be subjective. I put it at number 3. You know what I mean? Like I could have easily, because Scarecrow is my number 1 Batman villain, and you know, because we both love Batman. We read it as kids. Like this is no surprise. I'm not saying this for this video. Like he is my favorite Batman villain historically. As a kid, I've grown up. It was always Scarecrow. And I thought that was like a perfect villain for him to fuck around with before he's like Batman. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy that they didn't go with like Joker in the first movie, like they did with Batman 1989. You know what I mean? When he's like not developed yet, you have to choose like Penguin, or like he can't even like fight like Catwoman yet, or like Two-Face, or like any of those guys, or Mr. Freeze especially. Like they picked like a perfect starter kit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and I love how he has his relationship with Alfred in it, and it, you know, that is already kind of like a great source of chemistry in the movie. And Rachel Dawes is great in it, even though they recasted her. And every scene that I forget what's his name that plays Scarecrow. He's a great actor.
Oh yes. Let me look that up right now.
Steals the show. What?
I'm blanking on his name
C,
too.
I think. Yeah.
I'm blanking on his name as well. Oh, it's Cillian Murphy. Yeah.
Cillian Murphy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Steals the show. I think he's a Scotsman, right? Steals the
Oh,
show.
I'm not sure.
He's Scottish or Irish.
This movie carries a big burden of having to be an origin story.
Yeah, like, and it does it in a very good roundabout way. Like, there's so many you can only really do superheroes as either like a team up or an origin. You know what I mean? Or like some kind of weird ass thing where it's like a totally new take. You know what I mean? Like, but like look at every MCU movie is like an origin movie and then a team up. You know, you have Ant-Man and you have Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Which is why I think Dark Knight is so cool, because it's just Batman start to finish.
Yeah, in his element.
Batman.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's painting the wall with himself.
Now,
you know what I mean?
My Batman Begins is at number 4, so I did rank both the Keaton movies higher than this movie, because I feel that I did enjoy Scarecrow. And while you know he's obviously your favorite villain, I like him too. Maybe not my favorite, but I think he was a little mishandled towards the end of the movie.
He was.
And I feel like the overall plan that Ra's al Ghul had, you know, with the whole water supply and like that machine that they had that would make everything.
Yeah, right.
That kind of, you had to suspend your disbelief a little bit.
Right.
And then, especially when I say Scarecrow was mishandled, when I say Scarecrow was mishandled, I'm of course referring to the fact that
Yeah.
How does he end up in the end of that movie? He just gets tased by Rachel.
Yeah, they kind of gave you a blue balls
Yeah.
thing with Scarecrow, like, because in the middle of the movie, he's awesome, and I feel like they were kind of teasing what his fear toxin could do in that movie.
Mhm.
Like, he uses it on Falcone, and
Mhm.
he uses it on Rachel, and it's awesome, and he uses it on Batman, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then it's
That
like,
seems-
oh my
that seems
god,
incredible.
and I'm like, oh my god, the third act has to be like him, like turning into like Arkham City Scarecrow, or Arkham Asylum Scarecrow, and like
Yeah.
going like turning into like a giant or something. Like you think the whole time like the fear toxin is only going to get like more advanced, and especially like they unleash it on the city, and like all really
Mhm.
people see are like goblins running around. Like they could have
Yeah,
been
everyone just gets like red eyes, and
they
kinda
could have
just
done
go-
like
go crazy.
crazy sequences with that motif, I guess you could say.
If
of-
not that, I mean, I get that Batman had his hands tied with Ra's al Ghul, but
Yeah. No, they
just one more confrontation between those two would have done a lot of good in this movie. I feel Batman
Right.
and Scarecrow.
Okay.
Him
All right.
having
You
to
have
deal
some good
with
points. You have some
Him
good
having to
points.
deal with the fear toxin a little bit more, maybe a higher dose,
Yeah.
and really overcoming it. I feel like he kind of just deals with the fear toxin throughout the movie as like an annoyance,
hmm
and then by the end of it, he doesn't have to worry about it because
Okay.
Scarecrow like walked away on his pony or whatever.
Okay. I feel comfortable putting that as number 4. I really do. I really do.
Okay.
Batman Begins, number 4. That's a good spot for that. Definitely. So then
So
explain to me how Batman is better than Batman Returns. How do you think that?
I mean, for me personally, I should just say right off the bat, I've seen Batman way more than I've seen Batman. So maybe a rewatch would do me some good. But I have seen Batman Returns quite a bit, and
Bro, that movie,
I
like,
like-
I'm like,
I like both.
that movie like scares me. Batman Returns.
Oh, it's a dark movie.
It's crazy,
a
and
burden.
there's
It's a
nothing
burden.
else like it. Like, that is a very unique tone. It's very like
But it wouldn't be.
it's like
anything.
what do you even? I don't even know how to describe that. It's like Edward
It's Burton.
Scissorhands.
It's Tim Burton. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
Yeah,
be anything though without Batman 1990, and I feel that.
No, see, that's not like, you have to look at it as like start to finish, from credit to credit. Here's this
Mhm.
movie. I look at it like a frame, like a piece of art. Here's what they framed for this. Here's the experience I wanted you to have for this. Here's the experience I wanted you to have for this. They're both different adventures, but Billy D. Williams is in both of them.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Yeah.
he killed it as Harvey Dent in both of them.
Yeah, he was groovy.
So I don't know what much else to say. I feel like there's a disconnect here between you and me with this Batman 1989.
I would go as far to say that the Penguin was more interesting to me than the Joker. But no
Both good performances.
no Ron Sains to Jack Nicholson at all,
Mhm.
But I think that his take on the Joker was like by the book. Like, there was like, but they took the Penguin and they ran
What
with
do
it.
What do you mean when you say that? What do you mean when you say by the book? 'Cause
Like,
what was the book at the
it's like as time has gone on, there is like a shadow cast. We have this, like I said before, we have the privilege of looking back on this movie. When it came out, you knew nothing else. He all he was doing was beating out Cesar Chavez, and like, that wasn't even like the Joker, right?
It's Cesar Romero.
Cesar Romero, and that wasn't even like that wasn't what we come to know as the maniacal, the neurotic, the insane, amount of from what you come to expect of the Joker nowadays. That is, it's a by the book. It's bare bones. Like, he's doing funny things, I guess. Like, they're like funny. Like, he's hitting them with the, like boxing. He has like the flower. Like, it's the Joker, but it's not like he has the face. Yes.
His comically large gun that he kept in his.
Does he
pant leg.
even like laugh?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, dude, he's got an iconic laugh.
Yeah, he's got his. Okay. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Ah.
I feel like you should revisit this movie, and maybe it will go higher on your list. I'm not saying that has to be your number 2 spot.
No, I've seen
but-
it. You.
That's it. You're not watching it ever again.
No, I'll watch it again. Yeah. I think Batman 1989, number 3. Come on. And then Batman Returns, you have Selena Kyle in there.
I appreciate you willing to put it up so much from your list because you had it at your number 6.
Yeah,
spot.
I really, you know what? But
Okay,
when you
I'll
broke
cave
it
on
down, it is, it is classic. It is, but like even the Keatster's better. The Keat Man's better in Batman Returns.
Well, he knew what he was doing. By the
Yeah,
second time
everything's
around.
better in Batman Returns with like the characters that carried over, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
I personally disagree, but I'm willing to for our combined list, I'm willing to put Batman Returns at number 2.
what was that
because, you know,
nonsense? Remember when Batman confronts Joker in like that room and like it's a bunch of nonsense. Remember that scene?
What?
Remember when he's like in the meeting or something? I don't know.
Oh, with like Bruce Wayne?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What was that scene, dude?
It's classic.
Yeah, it's not good. Cuz that's the thing, like that movie is like it's also almost like campy. Yeah, but like Tim
In
Burton
many
is
ways
like
it is. In
being
many
Tim
ways it is.
Burton in Batman Returns. Like I feel like that's the tone, that's the
I think
Gotham
Tim-
City he always
I
wanted to
think-
make.
I think there's a lot of Tim Burton in 1990 too, or in 1980. I keep saying 19.
Yeah, for sure,
1989
definitely. The theme,
But the
all of it.
darker side of Tim Burton definitely comes out way more in Batman.
And that's what I love. And I feel like that you cannot get that sort of vibe from any Batman movie since, and you probably never will. Again, you won't. Because the way that they used the effects in that movie, the way that they had the Penguin being a total creepo, like it was all great, I thought.
Played by the creep himself, Danny DeVito.
Yeah, which fantastic. And you'll never see the Penguin, like, because the Penguin historically is like a mobster. He's like a Al Capone type, you know. But
That is true. I think that's why I kind of put it below Batman 1989 because that's not really a faithful Penguin.
Again, the movie though. Look at the movie. Look at the experience there. You know.
Yeah,
Cover to cover.
it wasn't while it wasn't like a faithful Penguin, it was still good.
I guess I was giving him raps for not being like the best Joker he could have been, but there was no precedent.
I think Jack Nicholson
he
still
set the
played an
precedent.
amazing Joker. I still think he played a great Joker.
It's definitely iconic.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna have to say Batman Returns is number 2.
I'll cave with you on that one. I'll put it at number
Batman is 3.
2. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're in
got-
decision.
Yeah.
Okay. So
All right,
we'll
so we
agree
have our
to
list.
agree. We'll agree to agree.
So we have our list finalized now, but do we want to tweak it in any way now that we see
So
the complete
the list as we know it, as the world knows it now, is from worst to best, is Batman Forever, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, Batman and Robin, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman starring Adam West,
66. Yeah.
Batman 1966,
Yeah.
Batman Begins, Batman 1989, Batman Returns, and then finally the number 1 spot, no surprise, The Dark Knight.
I'm completely satisfied with this list. I think
That's a great list. I
Um,
really think we have to agree to agree on that list.
We disagreed in some places, but we made the compromises where it counted.
And I feel like the
completely
list is
satisfied
better
with this
for it. The list is better for it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we recommend, and hope
I
you
wonder-
enjoyed
I
this
wonder-
list. What?
I wonder how people are gonna. I wonder if people agree with this list. I wonder where, especially towards the bottom half. I wonder where people are gonna rank like the Forever and the Batman and Robin and stuff.
Right.
Because
Well, you might not have to wonder too much, Bubba, because you as a viewer can comment and like the video, and also feel free to subscribe for more lists like this and other things that we do on this. And I hope you enjoyed it and tune in for more. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, peace, guys.